the online left is incapable of hurting your feelings is this is what it comes down to at the bottom. They are psychologically fascist. And when I say Nazis are less shameful than them, what I mean to say by that is the nature of their groups, like gender minorities and ethnic minorities that they support, fascism can never work for them. But all the same, the CIA managed to make them think like fascists, which is what makes them more pathetic than Nazis. They'll stand there all day and say they're not fascists, but they are. The core of what fascism is whenever social events are becoming bad and society's about to be disrupted, such as they're about to eliminate all labor to AI, thus cause massive social instability. What happens in fascism is to prevent the people from organizing to come for the top. What happens in fascism is the elites go to the bottom and say, you know who did all this? People at the bottom. Oh yeah, the Jews, the Jews in ghettos did this to you. And the same Bank of Weimar Republic rebrands as Bank of National Socialists, and then the people say, yeah, yeah, they see something. I'm starving and suffering because of these people in ghettos, because their religion is against me, they're getting me. And they partner with the top to get these people at the bottom. That's what all these leftists are. They literally think Sergey Brin and David Baszucki see something in them and want to help them and get bad people. They would partner with the top to get the bottom. You don't become leftist just because they start saying to you, we like trans people and black people. That's not what makes you a leftist. It's not what groups you like. It's how you conceptualize power. Do you conceptualize power coming from the bottom against the top? Or do you conceptualize power being given to you from the top, being good and having it so hard and being oppressed by people on the bottom? If that's what you think, you are fascist. The only reason fascism is traditionally about like our way of life, our nation, our religion, things that most people have in common is because that's the best way to tell most people that they're special. And the people who don't have that in common are your real enemies. It does not have to be there because the real root of fascism is how power is conceptualized. That it's given to you by the top for helping them and scapegoating people who really have no real power, or is it something you fight for with other people on the bottom against the top? Them saying they see something in trans women or black people and you had it so hard you have to get other people on the bottom, you're still fascist. Because fascism, in terms of why it was invented, was a tool to get the capital elites to not come for them, but come for people who didn't do shit, who have no real power. So that the same people they fucked over are now sucking their dick. That's why they invented fascism, why they supported it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this is why you're so embarrassing. Because you are psychologically fascist and a bootlicker in your soul. You're preoccupied with punching faces of people who have no real power. You're preoccupied with looking for people who have no power and just don't say shit you don't like. And you suck a billionaire's cock to fucking get power. That's delusional, by the way. This is why I say you're stupider than a Nazi, because ultimately, when this all goes to its natural conclusion, you'll be all fucked over. And they will care more about what most people have in common to sate them and keep them slaves. So they'll pander to them at the end of the day. But they're using a fascist psychology trick on you, and you would suck their dick. You would suck up to them if they gave you faces to punch on the bottom. This will make you stupid because this can never work for you, but you're still falling for it. You're falling for the siren song of a fascist delusion. We're so special. We had it so hard, and these people are helping us. And how are they helping you? By giving you faces to punch that are weak, right? So this is what I mean. I'm much more of a real leftist than you. If you think, and this, they're like, lol, when I said we need to drag them out of their houses and curb stomp them. Any real leftist would agree with that. Any real leftist, because again, leftism is about how power is conceptualized. Is in the people equitably distributed, or is it sucking the cock of these people who hold capital while they say, you're so special, you had it so hard, I'm here to help you. And they're your fucking oppressor. They're the same people who made the Weimar Republic Bank, now they're the National Socialist Bank. And then they tell you go after poor people. You know, their shit, the things they say and do offend you. And they're secretly against you. Even though you can't see their power, trust me, it's there. If that's you, you're not a leftist. You're a fascist dick sucker, right? And this is why I don't respect you and why I'd literally rather be conceptualized as a Nazi because at least I'd be less stupid. Because at least for Nazis, where they're like part of the dominant group, they can reasonably conclude that they'll throw them the most bones in the end because there's more of them. But you people, it's like they're secretly my side, and you know who really is problem? People on the bottom who don't like trans people or blacks. It's like when it comes to capital oppressors, they're always going to care what the most about the most to satiate the most to keep their power. So even if they're telling you this shit or you feel like they're not the biggest problem, they are, and they're going to fuck you over in the end. Okay? And you're stupider than actual Nazis. Like, if you think it's funny when I say they need to be curb stomped, we need to go literally in every banker's house, every CEO's house, every CIA, Mossad mafioso's house, because they're just a mafia at this point, and drag them out and curb stomp their faces until they're wiped off the face of the earth. If you don't agree with that, what kind of leftist are you? I'm more of a revolutionary than you, and you go sit around putting hammer and sickles in your profile. You're a fucking embarrassing alphabet agency brainwashed motherfucker. And here's the thing, I don't care. So I'm saying the truth. They need to be curb stomped. They literally need to be killed. We need to go like they did in 1917 and cut their heads off. Okay? That's the only way it's going to get better. Because all this sewer of confusion where MAGAs are hunting Mexicans and you're hunting me is them. Right? And that's why nothing can ever get better. So if you think that's funny, how do you call yourself any kind of leftist? I identify as a social democrat, which is a form of liberalism. And I know that to be true. At this point, it is too far gone to use any democratic processes to reclaim power. We must have a revolution and kill them. That's the only way. Only fucking way. We need to like make a group of 200,000 people, go to every fucking tech CEO's house, stomp their faces in. We need to go to every banker's house, stomp their faces in. We need to find every high ranking CA officer in their mafia trafficking people and trafficking drugs, feeling impunity and worshiping the satanic devil, and stomp their faces in. And only when they're all gone can we maybe make a society that works for the people, that doesn't run on hate and division. Yeah. Why do you think that's funny? What kind of leftist are you? I'm the kind of leftist that knows some billionaires are secretly helping me, and only when we blame the bottom who did all this. It's like, shut the fuck. You're always talking about a fascist bootlicker. I don't care how many fucking people you say you like and how you're a gender minority and how you like this or that. You're a fascist bootlicker. I'm more of a revolutionary leftist than you, and you're calling me a liberal and a Nazi, whatever the fuck you want to call me. But I know the fucking answer is 1917.